Imagine for a moment that luck is not some distant, random gift that fate hands out to a chosen few. Imagine instead that luck is a living, breathing state of being, a consciousness you can slip into whenever you choose. The secret lies not in waiting for fortune to strike, but in acting as if you are already lucky. This is the bridge between desire and reality. What if I told you that by simply assuming the feeling of being lucky, the universe begins to rearrange itself to match your new state? That the magic lies not outside, but within, inside your imagination, your feelings, your very assumptions. To manifest what you want, you must first feel it as real. Now, the feeling, that inner certainty, is the spark that sets creation into motion. Do not wait for evidence. Do not let the absence of your desire in the physical world convince you that it is not yet yours. You must live now as the person who already holds the prize in their hands. When you act as if you are lucky, you align yourself with a higher reality where luck is abundant, where opportunities flow effortlessly, and where your dreams have already come true. Your subconscious mind is the fertile soil where the seeds of your imagination take root. It accepts whatever impression you lay upon it with feeling. Doubt and fear are weeds that choke those seeds before they grow. But faith, confidence, and the feeling of luck nurture the seed until it blossoms into your reality. This acting as if is not mere pretending. It is the key to shortcut the usual delays and resistance. When you embody your wish fulfilled, when you express gratitude for what you do not yet see but feel within, you become a magnet for all that you desire. Remember, your outer world is nothing more than a reflection of your inner assumptions. Change your assumptions, change your world. Choose to live in the state of luck and watch as what once seemed improbable becomes inevitable. So today, begin the practice. Walk, talk, and think as if you are the luckiest person alive. Feel it in your heart. See it in your mind's eye. Believe it without a shadow of doubt. And you will find that the universe cannot help but respond to the state you have assumed. Luck is not waiting for you. You are stepping into luck. The power of imagination is the very foundation upon which all realities are built. Before anything can manifest in the physical world, it first exists in the mind's eye. Every invention, every success, every dream that has ever come to life began as a mere thought, a vivid image held firmly in the imagination. This creative faculty is not just a pastime or a fleeting fancy. It is the active force that shapes experience. When you imagine something with clarity and feeling, you plant a seed within your consciousness that has the potential to grow into the tangible world. The imagination is the unseen architect, constructing the blueprint of your future. It acts as the womb, where new realities gestate before entering into form. This process is not passive. It demands your attention and emotional involvement. The more detailed and alive your imagined scene, the stronger the signal sent out into the universe. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It accepts the images impressed upon it as truth and begins to work toward their fulfillment. In this way, imagination is not a simple daydream, but the original source of all creation. The world you see around you is the effect of countless acts of imagination by yourself and others. Understanding and harnessing this power allows you to consciously direct the unfolding of your life. Instead of being at the mercy of random events or external circumstances, you become the deliberate creator of your experience. The seed of reality is planted the moment you see, feel, and believe in your imagination what you desire. Feeling is the secret that transforms mere thoughts into living realities. It is not enough to simply picture what you want. You must immerse yourself fully in the emotion of having it now. The emotional experience is the language through which your subconscious mind understands and accepts your desires. When you embody the feeling of fulfillment, joy, gratitude, or satisfaction, as if your desire is already complete, You send a powerful message that ignites the creative forces within you. This feeling acts like a magnetic force, drawing the circumstances, people, and opportunities that correspond to your inner state. It bridges the gap between imagination and physical manifestation because the subconscious responds most strongly to feeling rather than to mere ideas. Without feeling, thoughts remain hollow and ineffective, like seeds scattered on barren ground. But when feeling is infused into your imagined experience, it gives life and energy to your vision, making it tangible in the invisible realm. This emotional involvement convinces your deeper mind that what you desire is already a fact, triggering a chain reaction that aligns your external world accordingly. Feeling is the secret because it is the actual creative power that moves the unseen. It is through feeling that you truly live your wish fulfilled, that your inner reality begins to shape your outer world. Luck is often thought of as something random, something that happens by chance, without reason or control, but this belief is a misunderstanding of the true nature of luck. Luck is not a matter of external happenstance or blind fortune. It is a state of consciousness that you choose to adopt. When you assume the mindset of being lucky, you align yourself with possibilities and opportunities that others fail to see. Now, this state of consciousness opens your awareness to synchronicities, favorable encounters, and unexpected advantages that naturally flow to those who believe they are fortunate. It is not about waiting for a lucky break, but about cultivating an inner attitude that magnetizes what is beneficial and propitious. The feeling of being lucky creates a filter through which your mind interprets events, allowing you to recognize and seize chances that might otherwise go unnoticed. By embodying this state, you shift from a passive observer of randomness to an active participant in your own good fortune. This shift changes how you interact with the world, how you respond to challenges, and how you navigate opportunities. The energy of luck is generated within, and it influences the outer world to mirror that inner reality. Rather than being at the mercy of chance, you take control by assuming the consciousness that luck is your natural state. To manifest, you must live in the end result rather than dwelling in the feeling of lack. Most people focus on what they do not have, constantly reminded by absence, desire, and limitation. This focus creates a vibration of shortage that reinforces the very reality they wish to escape. True manifestation begins when you shift your attention away from what is missing and place it fully on the fulfilling state, on the reality where your desire already exists. To live in the end result means to imagine, feel, and act as if your wish has already been accomplished. It requires you to inhabit the consciousness of the person who has what they want, embracing the emotions, confidence, and peace that come with that state. This way of living rewires your subconscious mind to accept the new reality, aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the outcome you seek. When you dwell in lack, you remain trapped in a loop that produces more lack. But when you embody the end result, you break free from that loop and open the door for your desire to manifest. The world outside will always reflect the state you maintain within. Therefore, to manifest effectively, you must shift your inner experience from absence to presence, from wanting to having, from yearning to fulfillment. This is the invisible path to bring your dreams into form. Living now as the person who already has the desire fulfilled means fully embracing the identity and lifestyle of your future self in the present moment. It is a conscious decision to embody the thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and attitudes of someone who has already received what they seek. This practice shifts your entire being into alignment with your goal, creating harmony between your inner state and the reality you wish to attract. When you adopt this mindset, you no longer see your desire as something distant or out of reach, but as a natural part of who you are. You begin to think, speak, and act from the perspective of fulfillment, which changes how you interact with the world and influences the energy you radiate. This internal shift affects not only your emotions, but also your subconscious programming, which governs the creation of your outer experience. Living as if your desire is already met brings confidence, peace, and clarity, replacing feelings of lack, doubt, or impatience. It trains your mind and body to accept this new reality as normal and inevitable, which in turn draws the external circumstances that match this state. This alignment between your inner self and your outer life is the foundation upon which manifestation occurs naturally and effortlessly. Imagination holds a power that surpasses the limitations of the physical senses, for it operates beyond the boundaries of what is seen, heard, or touched. While the senses can only perceive the present moment and the material world, imagination allows you to create and experience realities that have not yet manifested. It is a creative force that exists in a realm beyond time and space, where all possibilities are born and shaped. The images and scenes you vividly imagine with feeling are more real to your subconscious mind than the tangible world around you. This is because the subconscious does not distinguish between actual sensory input and the impressions made through imagination. It accepts both as equally true. Imagination enables you to mentally rehearse and emotionally live your desired outcome, making it familiar and believable to your deeper mind. Through this process, the imagined experience gains power and momentum, eventually crossing over into physical form. Unlike the senses, which merely record what already exists, imagination is proactive. It shapes and directs the course of reality. By mastering your imagination, you tap into the source of all creation, harnessing a force that is not limited by the present conditions, but is free to explore and establish new potentials. In this way, imagination is not a fantasy or illusion, but the original and truest reality from which all things emerge. Imagination transcends the physical senses in its ability to shape and create reality. While the senses perceive only what is immediately present and tangible, imagination reaches beyond the visible world, allowing you to envision possibilities that do not yet exist. It is within the imagination that all creation begins. Before a thing is made manifest in the material world, it is first conceived in the mind's eye. The subconscious mind treats imagined experiences with the same reality as sensory input, because it responds primarily to feeling and vividness rather than to objective fact. This means that what you imagine with intensity and emotion becomes a blueprint for your future reality. Unlike the senses, which simply record existing conditions, imagination actively forms and molds what is to come. It opens a doorway to infinite potential, where you can mentally live the life you desire long before it appears externally. By giving your imagination more attention and belief than your physical senses, you empower it to direct the course of your experiences. This creative faculty is not bound by time or circumstance. It is the invisible force that precedes and ultimately brings forth all visible outcomes. Imagination, therefore, is not a mere escape or fantasy, but the true foundation of everything that is and ever will be. Faith in the unseen is the essential foundation upon which all visible realities are built. Before anything appears in the physical world, it exists first in the realm beyond the senses, in the mind and heart where belief takes root. This faith is not blind hope or wishful thinking, but a deep, unwavering certainty that what you desire is already true, even though it has not yet manifested in the material realm. The unseen reality holds the blueprint of all things to come. It is the source from which form emerges. To have faith in the unseen means to trust the process of creation, to know that the invisible patterns you hold in your imagination and feelings are already shaping your experience. This trust acts like a compass, guiding your thoughts and emotions in alignment with your desired outcome. Without this faith, doubt creeps in, weakening your connection to the creative power within and delaying manifestation. The visible world is simply a reflection, delayed but inevitable, of the invisible convictions you carry inside. Those who cultivate strong faith in what cannot yet be touched or measured create a magnetic force that draws their vision into reality. In this way, faith is the bridge between desire and fulfillment, the unseen engine driving the appearance of all things you seek. Your assumptions are the invisible architects of your reality, shaping every experience and circumstance you encounter. From the moment you accept certain beliefs about yourself, others, and the world around you, these assumptions begin to influence how you perceive and interact with life. They act like lenses through which you interpret every event, filtering information to confirm what you already believe to be true. This process creates a feedback loop where your inner convictions manifest outwardly, reinforcing the very assumptions you hold. Whether those assumptions are positive or limiting, they set the stage for what you attract and how you respond to situations. If you assume scarcity, struggle, or failure, your actions and perceptions align with those expectations, drawing experiences that mirror those conditions. Conversely, if you assume abundance, success, and possibility, you open yourself to opportunities and outcomes that reflect those states. Your assumptions work beneath the surface of conscious thought, influencing your feelings, decisions, and ultimately the environment you live in. They are the blueprint from which your life is constructed, determining the boundaries of what you consider possible or impossible. Because of this, changing your assumptions is the most powerful way to change your world, as it shifts the very foundation upon which your experience is built. Acting as if is a powerful method to accelerate the process of bringing your desires into reality. Instead of waiting passively for external conditions to change or for proof that your wish has been fulfilled, you step into the feeling and behavior of already having what you want. This practice sends a clear and strong signal to your subconscious mind, which does not differentiate between actual experience. By embodying the state of fulfillment now through your thoughts, emotions, and actions, you bypass the usual delays and resistance that arise from doubt or impatience. This as-if state creates a new internal reality that your outer world is compelled to match. It rewires your mental and emotional patterns, aligning them with the outcome you desire, and brings you into harmony with the conditions necessary for manifestation. Acting as if is like rehearsing the role of your future self, allowing you to inhabit that identity fully before the external proof appears. This method shortens the gap between desire and realization by replacing waiting with doing the inner work of belief, feeling, and assumption that transforms possibility into certainty. Through this, time itself seems to bend as the unseen forces respond to your assumed state and begin to unfold the desired reality around you. Gratitude is a powerful force that deepens and intensifies the feeling of luck, making it more tangible and immediate in your life. When you focus on what you are thankful for, you shift your attention away from lack and limitation and move into a state of abundance and appreciation. This shift changes your energy, aligning you with the frequency of luck and good fortune. Gratitude opens your heart and mind, allowing you to recognize the blessings and opportunities that are already present, no matter how small they may seem. This recognition fuels a positive cycle where the feeling of being lucky grows stronger, attracting even more reasons to feel grateful. It acts as a magnet, drawing circumstances, people, and experiences that reinforce your sense of luck. The more you practice gratitude, the more you cultivate an inner environment where luck naturally flourishes. Gratitude is not just a polite response to good things happening. It is an active, creative force that multiplies the flow of favorable conditions in your life. It reminds your subconscious mind that you are living from a place of plenty, which invites more of the same to manifest. In this way, gratitude is both a reflection of luck and the key that unlocks its continual arrival. Doubt and fear are the greatest obstacles standing between you and the fulfillment of your desires. These two forces create a barrier within your mind and heart that disrupts the natural flow of manifestation. Doubt arises when you question the possibility or worthiness of your wish, weakening your belief and sending conflicting signals to your subconscious. Fear, whether of failure, rejection, or the unknown, generates resistance that contracts your energy and prevents you from fully embracing the state of having what you desire. Together, doubt and fear create a dissonance that confuses the creative process, making it difficult for the universe to align with your intentions. They feed on uncertainty and hesitation, keeping you anchored in a state of lack and limitation. When you allow these feelings to dominate, you effectively sabotage your own efforts, as your subconscious mind struggles to reconcile your desire with your disbelief. Manifestation requires a clear, unwavering faith and a confident emotional state, but doubt and fear cloud the clarity needed to bring your vision into form. They act like blocks in the flow of energy, slowing down or completely stopping the manifestation process until you release them. The moment you recognize how these feelings operate as internal barriers, you can begin to address and dissolve them, creating space for your desires to emerge unimpeded. The subconscious mind is incredibly receptive, accepting without question whatever impressions are placed upon it, especially when those impressions are infused with strong feeling. Unlike the conscious mind, which can hesitate, analyze, or doubt, the subconscious accepts as truth whatever it experiences emotionally. This means that when you impress your desires onto your subconscious with genuine feeling, whether it be joy, confidence, or certainty, it registers those emotions as reality. The subconscious does not differentiate between what is imagined and what is physically experienced. It simply responds to the intensity and conviction of the feelings attached to the mental image. Because of this, feeling is the key that unlocks the creative power of the subconscious, turning imagined scenarios into real-world outcomes. Waiting for external evidence to validate your belief is a common trap that delays the manifestation of your desires. When you depend on physical proof or circumstances to confirm that something is true, you place your power outside yourself and into the hands of the outside world. This reliance creates a cycle of uncertainty because the external world is often slow to reflect the inner changes you have already made. Manifestation requires that you trust in the reality of your desire before it appears. The unseen must be accepted as fact first. Only then can the seen follow. Belief is not something that waits for confirmation. It is the creative force that brings confirmation into being. When you hold firm to your conviction, without needing physical proof, you send a clear and unwavering message to your subconscious mind and the universe. This confidence eliminates resistance and opens the way for the evidence to appear in perfect timing. To wait for evidence is to postpone your own creative power, but to believe without seeing is to step into the role of creator and allow the invisible to shape your experience. Your inner certainty becomes the foundation upon which all external realities are built, making waiting unnecessary and manifestation. Repetition of the as-if state plays a crucial role in solidifying the new reality you wish to create. Each time you consciously return to the feeling and mindset of having already achieved your desire, you reinforce the impression on your subconscious mind. This consistent practice deepens your belief and makes the imagined experience more real and familiar to your inner self. The subconscious responds to repeated impressions with greater certainty, gradually replacing old patterns and assumptions with new ones aligned to your desired outcome. Just as habits are formed through repetition, so too is your new reality built through the ongoing practice of living as if. Each return to this state strengthens the neural pathways in your brain, embedding the belief that your wish is already fulfilled. This persistence helps to dissolve doubts and conflicting thoughts that may arise, creating a seamless inner conviction that guides your actions and perceptions. The more faithfully and frequently you inhabit this as-if state, the more natural it becomes, until it no longer feels like acting, but simply being. Through repetition, you accelerate the process by which your inner world transforms and your outer world begins to reflect that change. Every belief, habit, and experience you hold deeply is a result of what has been impressed upon your subconscious over time with feeling. By consciously choosing the emotions and states you project, you effectively rewrite the blueprint of your reality. The more vivid and heartfelt the impression, the stronger the subconscious conviction becomes, setting into motion the unseen forces that bring those impressions into manifestation. This explains why mere intellectual understanding is insufficient for change. It is the emotional charge behind your thoughts that determines what your subconscious accepts and ultimately creates. Remember that the reality you experience begins within your own mind and heart. By harnessing the power of your imagination, embodying the feeling of fulfillment, and assuming the consciousness of luck and abundance, you align yourself with the creative forces that bring your desires to life. Faith in the unseen, clear assumptions, acting as if, and the practice of gratitude all serve as tools to transform your inner world, which in turn shapes your outer reality. Let go of doubt and fear, and impress upon your subconscious mind only those feelings and beliefs that support your highest vision. When you do this, manifestation becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Thank you for allowing me to share these truths with you today. May you step boldly into the luck and abundance that awaits you.